Let's go live on this bitch.
One more time for the fans, though. Oh, and we are live and local for your podcast.
What up?
Welcome to the Butthole. Or now I can just. Nice job, high five.
One shot, one kill. Ronnie did.
Now introducing your Butthole podcast. Scott, the Great Brandino, Gage's Rage, and Star Lamar.
What's up, girl?
I love the butthole.
Who doesn't love the butthole? Welcome in, everybody, to the official Butthole Podcast, episode 233. We got a couple announcements right off the top. First, no.
Second,
If you won something at the NFL Draft, Butthole Special NFL Draft coverage, that is going to be shipped out this week by the great people over at the Blue Collar Media Group,
and the bad ones too,
who are our sponsors, and the bad ones too. That's
all
true.
the people at Blue Collar Media Group are going to ship it out.
And then I was going to say for number 2, welcome in, Gage's Rage. What's going on?
So, if you guys are too old to be doing that, what the fuck am I?
No, we're right.
Am I
in
just
the wheel.
hanging on? I think
Dude,
I'm like
Star.
over the top to the point where now I can be cool to do it,
Yeah.
and you're just the lamos that are trying to be cool.
No, you're almost at the age where you're just like, it's almost like laughing, kind of like if a dad does something.
Oh yeah.
You know, like you feel bad for you, so we're just gonna pretend like it's all cool.
Like I'm making dad jokes.
Yeah,
Star-
kind of thing.
Dad
until the
jokes
skullet
hit.
is in full force, you can't do any of this hip shit.
Skullet is in full force. What are you talking
All right,
about?
Brandon.
I need
hit
to
him
get the
with it.
lines
Trim
in
the
it.
size.
Maybe
Yep.
maybe 4th
I
of
can't-
July it'll
I can't
it'll
do
come
it. My
into
wife will
real
leave me.
form.
Ooh.
Are any of you guys good with Clippers?
No.
Yeah.
You think we could do the skull for 4th of July?
Oh, absolutely could.
I want the lines. I want full Jared Allen. I don't know about the little like randos on the top of my head.
Those
Shave it
gotta
into
go.
a penis.
Pick 'em.
You couldn't make it into a penis. Maybe Gage's penis, but there's not enough
You
hair.
just need
up
one
there.
hair.
What about on a cold 4th of July night?
Who's got a microscope that big?
A microscope.
And Gagey endos are bad.
Oh, yeah.
But that
let's
just
get
made
going.
me think of a new nickname for him, Micro Scott.
Oh, see?
Oh, shit.
All right, we're too old for that.
All right.
You-
We are going to be breaking down. Last week,
Y'all old bastards.
I
are.
believe it was actually on the NFL episode last week. Star Lamar asked a great question, right? So,
That could be every week.
well, this one was especially great. The NFL schedule released, and Star asked, okay, they're breaking everything down based on strength of schedule. Well, how does this actually equate come by end of season? Who's actually in first? Who's in last? How close are the experts, quote unquote experts? So we actually
they're
did
not
some heavy
guessing.
lifting. Brandon
That's the
did
thing.
most of the work.
I did do a lot of it. And then I realized that I didn't have to.
But the answers
Someone
are
did it
different.
for us.
Yeah, somebody already took care of figuring out what the strength of schedule was.
So
legitimately.
what
after
Brandon
that.
did was he went through from the 2020 season and he broke down beginning of the season, what the strength of schedule was based
From
on the
their-
2019 season record finishes. And then by the end of the year, who actually had the strongest records? Brandon, take it away.
Kind of.
Oh, kind
I-
of.
Googled what the strength of schedule was preseason of 2020. It's like before the season started. And then I went through and I broke down who the teams played, what the records were, and I averaged that out to what their strength of schedule was over the regular season of 16 games. So essentially what you're talking about, I just didn't do the front end work. It was already done for me.
Well, perfect. That's all we need. But with that being said, we're going to get into some of these, kind of talk through some of them, because I think everybody's going to be a little bit amazed at how off they were, which is not even like the experts are wrong, right? But you can't.
No,
the
they're just
NFL has
basing it
so
off
much
of the prior
polarity.
year.
Yes. The NFL just has so much polarity that so much changes year to year, an injury here, an injury there. Everybody talks about how there's always a team that comes out of nowhere and makes the playoffs, right? The NFL is great because there's polarity in it. But
And you also have teams like, let's go with the Titans and the Colts who played the Jaguars. Well, the Jaguars, we'll just pull this up. So the Jaguars went 1-15, but in reality, I mean, that looks bad against the strength of schedule for the Titans and the Colts and even the Texans as well. it drops down because they're playing a bad team 2 times.
On top of it all, there was the COVID-ridden season that a lot of players opted out. There was just differences in this year. There are anomalies compared to regular seasons, I'd say.
Yeah,
That's
and like
true.
to your point with the Texans had made the playoffs in 2019.
Yeah.
So
they
they're-
lost the game where they were up on the Chiefs, like 21-rip, right?
24, I think.
So they, as far as those strength of schedules went, looked better than at the end of the season when they shit the bed and would have had the 3rd overall pick.
It's true.
Here's what I didn't do. I
Is
didn't
it
go
Jaguars or Jaguars? I'm a Jaguar guy, Dustin.
through Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Jaguars.
Jean-Claude.
Does anybody call them the
Jaguars.
Jaguars?
They're the Jaguars.
Are they?
Yeah.
I always thought they're the Jaguars.
Then you're pronouncing it
Yeah.
like you're hoity-toity.
Like,
I'm just pronouncing it.
you're
how I
not doing
pronounce
the
it.
UARS
Jaguars.
or the WIRS.
The
You're like
Jaguars.
WAURES.
If you actually
Jaguar.
go to the car company's website and you listen to them say
Jaguar.
Jaguar.
What about Legends of the Hidden Temple?
They're the Jaguars.
I'm pretty sure they were the Jaguars.
The Jaguars. The Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Jaguars. I don't know.
It's
Not it.
Dustin. It's whatever you want it to be because this is America. Damn it! All right,
So I'll go ahead and I'll pull up the preseason strength of schedule
Let's
so you
do
guys can
this.
see that on there.
Mhm.
today and basically asked Julio if he wants to go play for Dallas, and asked him his status with Atlanta. And Julio said, "I'm out of there, man."
He gone.
On live television.
Wants to go to a team that's going to win.
But
And
at
then
his age, do you
proceeded
blame him?
No, I
to
don't
rip
blame
the
him.
shit out of the Dallas Cowboys. He's like, that ain't the Cowboys. I ain't going there. I'm going to a contender. I appreciate it too.
I don't blame him.
Honesty, you know? You ain't
Gotta
doing it
love
with
the
Atlanta.
honesty.
They
Still got that Super
No.
Bowl
Hang on.
ghost hanging
Hey,
over
I got
their
a
head.
little something to slide by you, fellas. How about
Oh, boy.
A-Rod and Julio Jones to Denver?
Both of them? What are they giving up?
Who
Their
knows?
next 3 first-round picks?
They're
and
not
2
even going to
second-round
be
picks?
in the draft for the next 3 years. They're just the Broncos won't exist, but they'll have A-Rod and Julio Jones.
By the Super Bowl, I mean, it would work.
Would you, if does that make them immediate Super Bowl contenders? I think Aaron Rodgers
All right,
makes
if
them
you're
immediate
Green
Super
Bay,
Bowl contender.
You're Green Bay. They offer you 3 firsts, Surtain, and Hamler for Rodgers and Stokes.
I got to get Chubb, I think, or Miller.
Yeah.
I got to get an edge rusher.
Damn.
I don't think I'd give up that much for
No,
a
Denver
37-year-old quarterback that's already talked about.
wanting out
Yeah.
this year
I don't.
specifically.
It's a beautiful mystery on what the future holds. I don't know if how long I'm going to be playing. I don't know how much time I got left. I don't know if I'd give up that much for him. That's a lot.
Too
That's
much.
your whole future and an edge rusher. And
Well,
your
look what the
first
Bears
overall
gave
pick.
up for Khalil Mack. He wasn't even a quarterback. Look what the going rate is on quarterbacks.
Yes,
Jamal
but
Adams got
Khalil
2
Mack
firsts.
was like 26 years old, not 38.
Aaron
37.
Rodgers still has 3 to 5 high caliber years.
And if they
left in
get
him.
2 Super Bowls out of it, well worth it.
Mm.
if they get
he
one
could
out
John
of it, it's worth
Elway
it.
the end of his career there, but fuck that guy.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's pull it up. So the strength of schedule going into the 2020 season had Patriots at a 5-3-7. Jets were next at 5-3-3.
So this is the strongest schedule.
Yes, the toughest schedule, which actually 3 teams in the AFC East as the top 4. And then the Bills were tied for 5th.
Yeah, but it doesn't take into account the top 3 teams in the AFC East. I'm sure they played a brutal division outside. So their crossover to the NFC was the NFC West in 2020, which is a brutal division to play against.
Yeah, they played the West, and then who else did they play? Let me see.
But anytime you're playing the NFC West, strength of schedule, bloop, right
No.
up.
They played the AFC West and the NFC West. So you had the Chiefs in there.
That's a brutal
Yeah.
schedule.
Yeah, that is tough. In all actuality, let's see if I can swap this over kind of seamlessly. I probably can't.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
girl, hey.
Oh, yeah. Happy midnight.
Sheesh.
Okay. All right. Great. All right. In all actuality, the Bills ended up with a 4.68, which was lower than what they had. They were at a 5.25. All these teams were above 5.2. So 5.29 for the Dolphins, 5.33, 5.37.
So they all ended up being pretty close.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, if you look at it here, 4.68, 4.67, the Patriots ended up with a 5.5, so they had the toughest one. Or no, Jets, 5.94. So the Jets actually had the toughest schedule, according to my sheet here.
Of every team?
Yeah.
Who had the easiest?
The easiest one, it's actually really tough to say. I didn't go through and actually organize this based on how that ended up. We had
Oh, you didn't add a
Washington.
simple sort filter in on Excel sheet?
4.28, probably Green Bay had the easiest one.
Greasy.
Yeah.
Pretty
Interesting
easy
to
do.
see how it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
People
And-
get scared that they have the toughest schedule heading into the season, but you're going to have the teams like the Patriots who make that schedule really tough because of past seasons, who are no longer the Patriots without Tom Brady. So it'd be interesting when I know we went and looked at the Vikings schedule, but to guess which of the teams that made the playoffs that we played from the prior year that we think are going to fall off.
So the Vikings specifically currently, I believe, have the sixth toughest schedule on paper for 2021. Fourth?
Fifth.
Okay. Fifth?
Yeah,
Okay.
fifth.
So they on paper have the fifth toughest schedule.
Yeah.
We'll see how it shakes out.
And it looks like it's even between, 5th and 12th. There's not that big of a difference in the percentage wise. So as far as what Brandon was showing.
Yeah, and then if you're actually looking at what preseason was, a lot of those teams are in that like 500 up to, what was that, 525 takes you from 5th place to 18th place. So
Yeah,
I mean,
so
a lot of those teams are right in that a
Same
quarter of a
thing.
game.
Okay.
So science with the butthole goes to show that not always will it necessarily mean that if you're on paper the toughest schedule, you're going to end up with the toughest schedule, but there's actually a pretty close correlation. There's not a lot of complete outliers based on preseason strength of schedule versus end of season.
But there's also not a lot of difference
Discrepancy
between
between 1 and 32.
yeah.
I wish I would have had time to go through and actually list them from toughest to easiest to toughest to see where they actually kind of ranked out.
What do you mean you wish you had time? You're just trying to fix a broken down car, be a dad, be a husband. What do you mean?
And work.
Watch a movie for the butthole movie review?
2.5-hour movie.
That's
It was
true.
a long one.
Well,
That's
if you
true.
didn't spend all the time playing your fucking chicken game,
Okay, Egg Inc. It's the next big game. Okay, I'm telling you right now. Check it out on Apple Store. Egg Inc. You can.
Or hanging out with your bros playing Brawlhalla.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was a good time.
Brawlhalla was a really good time.
I can play it on my iPad. So you even won a game.
I won too.
You won 2.
Got second place, majority of the other ones.
Even better.
All right, do you guys
Gage
want
won
to
like
get
12.
Won many.
Stock lives, yes, you did technically win.
So do you guys want to get into today? I was on my morning break at my place of employment, going through Pro Football Talk, and I came across Peter King's power rankings, which he claims is it's the super early power rankings he does every year. What did he say? Brandon, you seem stuffed up. Do you have COVID? Dustin, we're socially distanced. Okay, we're at least well.
It's actually the second time I've heard that today. When I was on the phone earlier.
Do you have COVID?
That's the second time I've heard that. No, I don't. Probably not.
If you don't get tested, you can't be diagnosed.
Move.
Don't want to be a
Yeah.
statistic.
That's why I don't look at WebMD.
So Peter King on his power rankings. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go 32-1, or do we want to just go through some of the top ones? We'll go through some of the top ones, but we'll start at 32.
Sure.
Sounds like the
Yeah,
bottom.
I mean, we don't have to talk about everyone, but let's hit everyone.
Yeah.
I just
go
mean
through
like the
everyone's
big
way.
talkers is what
Yeah.
we'll go. So he has as the worst team in the league.
Can we guess?
Yeah.
Houston Texans.
Yeah. I'd go Texans.
I got to get it pulled up here. I think they are. Yeah. Well,
Wow.
I went to
Cool.
the bottom and then you
Awesome.
get buried in comments. It's just fucking stupid. Why do people comment on this shit? No one reads it. All right, you guys stall.
Chupapi Mignano.
No, Chupapi Minen.
Okay, here we go. 32 is Houston. Yes.
Boom.
Let's jump up to
Don't look at that. Not yet. Don't look.
Don't add it then.
They can't read it.
Shut up.
Where do you think he has the Philadelphia Eagles on his power ranking? We'll do it
20.
this way. This is a better way of doing it.
Philly Eagles, I'm going to go 29.
No,
24.
20.
24. Change my mind.
There 14 playoff teams they drafted. I'm going to say 19.
He has them at 28.
28.
That's close to 29.
Low. Yeah, it's quite low. By the way, does
I think I even said
Ryan
28.
Kerrigan, who just recently signed with them, move the needle at all?
No.
I don't think he does either.
Maybe 7 years ago.
Why did he sign with Philly? Revenge factor?
Money.
Probably.
2 games
That's probably true.
against the football team.
But the way he left them, I don't think he really disliked the football team.
Yeah, but you always want to beat the team that,
Didn't
Let
want to
you go.
keep you,
yeah.
I suppose.
Definitely.
Where do you think Peter King has the Dallas Cowboys on his rankings? Top
22.
32.
No, 17.
Ooh.
I think he has them 12.
We could go right between at 15.
That's
He
right
has
in
them
the
ranked
middle.
at 21.
I was close with 22.
A little low for Dallas. He has them missing
Peter
the
King
playoffs.
is not an NFC East fan.
Nobody is.
He does say, however, at the top of his little write-up on Dallas, the best player in the NFC East is back. And if Dak Prescott is what he was when we last saw him for the season, with the receiving corps bettered by CD Lamb, Dallas will be in the mix for the NFC East title in late December. So he does have them competing, but he has them as the 21st team, maybe because he's not sure what Dak Prescott is. I know Dak Prescott was on record of saying that he could play a game right now today and feel comfortable about his twisted ankle or
His injury.
Cramp?
Yeah, his
Yeah,
cramp.
just a
You
cramp.
got to hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah.
We have it somewhere.
You almost gotta hope it's a cramp.
You gotta hope it's just a cramp. Where does he have the Tennessee Titans?
13.
They were a playoff team last year.
15.
But they
They lost a lot on the receiving end.
Lost Corey
on
Davis,
the offensive
Khalif
side of the
Raymond.
ball, they lost a lot.
That's the Dory.
Who?
Khalif Raymond?
Never heard of her.
Well, he caught that big pass against the Vikings.
They lost. They signed
probably
Bud
his only-
Dupree.
Good fucking catch of the whole year.
They lost
Malcolm
JD.
Butler, another corner they let go.
They lost Corey Davis. They lost Jonnu Smith.
I'm going with 13.
15.
12.
$1, Bob.
They have them at 18.
18.
Missing
out
the
of
playoffs. Where do you think he has?
Is it technically missing the playoffs? Or does it, like, with the NFC East, if he just doesn't like them, he can rank other teams over him, even though someone from the NFC East is going to make playoffs? Or just, spoiler alert, is there a team from the NFC East in the top 14?
Let me tell you.
I don't
here.
think the football team is going to be in the top 14.
You think it's the football team over the Giants?
Oh, yeah.
Let's just play the game.
For sure.
Where does he have the Washington football team ranked?
15.
14.
19.
What was Tennessee? 17? 18. 18.
He has them at 15.
15. So technically, we can't say not making playoffs.
And he
'cause
does have them as the best team
best
in the
team.
NFC East.
Points for the home team.
He has the Giants, I think, are 20. He has the Giants at 20, Dallas at 21, and he has Philadelphia at
28.
This is Peter King's power rankings once again.
Not
We're
the
going
Bud
through
Holes power rankings.
We're going through Peter King's power rankings, which just released today at Pro Football Talk. You can go find it. It says Monday mailbag.
Yeah, they're going to be the best team in the NFC East.
How do you feel about Fitzmagic leading the way for them rather than Alex Smith? Because Fitzmagic is more of a dynamic player, but he's also more turnover prone. And their biggest key to success last year was not turning the ball over.
It gives them a half game more.
You think he's a half game better?
Yeah.
I think if Alex Smith started the entire season, though, they might have won even more games last year.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fair to say. You had Heineke in there for towards the end of the season. You had Haskins played a little bit. Alex Smith came in. Didn't they have one more? Allen?
I think they did start
Kyle
Allen.
Allen.
Kyle
Yep.
Allen played a little bit too. So, I mean, yeah, maybe if Smith did play the whole season.
Where do you think Peter King has the Seattle Sea Chickens on his power rankings?
19.
19. Oh.
We can say the same one.
This is
Nope.
the Seattle team that Scott
Jinx, you
has
owe me a
finishing
Coke.
last, by the
I
way,
didn't
in the
finish.
division.
I think he has them at 12.
That's high, man.
21.
He has them at 12.
Dang.
Wow. That's really high in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's way too
I don't
low.
Does he have them as the lowest ranked NFC West team?
No.
No. Cardinals underneath them?
Arizona's 14.
14.
At 12, they can't be.
Wait, where are the Rams then?
Rams have got to be 9.
The Rams are like 9-ish. Yeah, I gotta look here.
Look at that. I'm like Houdini.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Rams are definitely higher than the Seahawks in my
He
opinion.
has the Rams at 6,
Wow.
6.
and he has San Francisco at 5.
That's wicked. San Fran at 5. You don't know.
All 5 in the top 14.
12.
San
14,
Francisco,
yeah.
I'm telling you guys though, San Francisco's roster is a top 5 roster. It's a matter of health.
Health and quarterback.
Not really. If Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, he got him to a Super Bowl 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
And I'd almost argue that Bosa was a bigger injury.
Yeah.
When you already lost Armstead and then Bosa goes down, your pass rush is
Completely
just
gone.
out the door.
Like Garoppolo is fully capable in that Shanahan offense. He's fully capable of leading them on a deep playoff run, especially because of the way that they run the offense and how they lean on their defense. That team's roster is loaded. It's absolutely loaded.
They do have a good team.
But health has always been a concern with them. And Shanahan's record, he's been the head coach there for what, 4 or 5 years? 4 years?
2017 was his first year.
So 4 years, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4 years. And his record's not great because 2 of the years have been complete disasters.
With the quarterback situation in specific.
And with injuries.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, them being hurt.
But also down to their third string running back, and
Jimmy G was down for the whole first year pretty much.
Kittle has seen a lot of injury time.
Where does he have the Minnesota Vikings?
29.
17? No, 16?
13.
19.
13. Jeez, you got to scroll a lot for that.
He has the Minnesota Vikings at 24.
24.
So Peter King is high. Like, he's just high.
Yeah, we
That's
can
all I
stop
come
this
from
fucking
Yeah.
review.
Yeah, he's
There's
down.
It's a shit list.
That's the scroller ticker on NFL Network has us at 19.
Yeah, they're high too.
We're
And when I say high, I mean high as a kite, not high on
like
how they have our rankings.
They're in fucking Colorado.
I don't know why. What
Gas.
makes them want to rank us higher?
They're straight gas.
No, let me ask you guys, what's proper placement for the Vikings on the
1.
top 32? All right.
Gage is high.
Sorry, let me finish.
Gage is high.
I'll let you finish your
Not
question.
high
Go
as in
ahead.
like high as a
Scott,
kite.
come on.
His score is just too high.
What was the question?
Oh my God.
What?
He's setting himself up for a number. All right, I'll do it. I'll play the game. Gage is rich. What is the proper placement on the top 32 teams in the NFL? What's the proper placement for the Minnesota Vikings?
Realistically, I would say 11 or 12.
11 or 12.
I don't think all 4 NFC East teams should be ahead of them.
NFC West.
So if I told you Green Bay is ranked at 8,
East for sure.
You wouldn't be wrong on that one.
if I told you Green Bay is ranked at 8, you still think 11 or 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
right in
Green
that
Bay
range.
should be 8. Yeah, Green Bay's
I'm not
top
asking
3
you
team.
if Green Bay should be 1, 2, 3. I'm just saying they're 8. You
We're
think
still 11, 12, yeah.
I totally agree. I think 11, 12 is right.
Where would you have the Bears?
16, 17. Fringe playoff team.
Maybe getting up to 15. Yeah.
I think that 14 to 17 or even 13 to 17 are going to be your fringe playoff teams, and that's probably where the Vikings deserve to be.
So the purple should be mixed in with Chicago, Arizona.
Yeah.
Who else is in that? Tennessee,
San Fran.
New England.
San Fran at 5 just blows my mind.
Yeah. So they have 3 of the NFC East over us, though, right? Because you said Dallas,
West.
Giants.
Oh,
No,
yeah. East.
Dallas and Giants for 2021. A football team was 15. So for 24, there's 3 of them. Eagles are the only one they rank below us.
That's true.
I don't agree. Yeah, I don't agree.
We smoke the Giants if we play that team.
The only teams he
The
has
football team
below
could
the
get squished by the
Vikings
Vikes.
consist of Denver, Carolina, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Jacksonville, Detroit, and the Jets.
Well,
I think we would all say those are dumpster fire teams.
So,
I don't know. We play Cincinnati week 1. I need some good football.
I think we're
They're
gonna-
a great team. Cincinnati's got some playmakers on it. It's going to be a real tough battle.
Where are the Browns?
It's May 24th.
Browns have got to be 7.
I'm
They're
just
probably
going to
10.
say it. We're going to roll Cincinnati week 1. We're going to roll them.
It's not even gonna be close.
You know, we might not roll them. They have a good squad. They have some playmakers.
Cleveland Browns, where they at?
I just want to really quick here wrap up. Just ahead of the purple, he has Las Vegas, Atlanta, Dallas, and the Giants.
No.
Atlanta?
We're higher than all
Come
4 of
on,
those teams.
man.
But now to get to Gage's question regarding
And
Cleveland.
people are high on Atlanta, and I have no idea why.
What in the hell is going
Because
on?
they're not going to have Julio Jones anymore.
Where does he have the Cleveland Browns rated?
7.
I said 10.
3,
Realistically, they got to be
4?
4.
It's got them at 4.
Okay. The LA Chargers. That was my second team.
He has them at like 10.
Like,
He has the Chargers at 10.
I don't get how he
And
came
this
up
guy
with this
gets paid
list.
a lot of money to come up with this.
This
list.
motherfucker does. He gets paid a lot of money.
golly.
He's getting his clicks, man.
You know, it'd be fun. Let's look at his 2020 power rankings.
And how they fared
His
versus
first ones.
If you can find that, please do.
We just need to look on Google at old stuff. Can you set a date on Google? So
I
your
think you can
your
search
Google
it.
search is from that date.
Like June.
Maybe
12th
not
and
Google, but I
above
bet
and
there's a
beyond.
search
Yeah.
engine that
I have
does
no
So
it.
idea.
that anything
DuckDuckGo?
new doesn't come up.
Possibly.
If you ask Jeeves, that dude could do anything for you back in the
Yeah,
day.
let's just cha-cha it real quick.
Cha-cha? Oh, Cha-Cha? Used to text answers for like quizzes and shit, man. You
Is
ever do
Cha-Cha
that?
the one that would answer
I'm
anything?
not a cheater. Yes.
Or could you text Cha-Cha?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We did a bracket of just fake people, like Jason Bourne. I don't know if John Wick was on it. He might not have been. Megatron, the Darkwing Duck. Like, we made a bracket and would ask Cha-Cha who would win in a fight. And that's how we came up with the answer of who was the most badass character of all time.
Who was
Can't
it?
remember who won.
Oh, man.
Dude,
All right, are you
that's the
bitches
best
ready?
part.
It was someone I didn't want to win. I think it was like a giant robot. I might have been Megatron that beat everyone.
Are you
Makes
bitches ready?
sense, but-
I have his 2020 power rankings.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Let's
bud.
roast this bitch.
When did it come out? What was the release date on it?
It was June 2nd of
So it's early. All
2020.
right, perfect.
It was June 1st of 2020.
Perfect.
And I believe he only does these like this around this time. He doesn't do them
He's
closer
not
to the season
updating and
because he wants them to be pretty authentic. So,
Shock factor.
here we go. He has number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Completely fair first one to have.
Yeah.
And might I mind you, that was his 2021 number 1 also, Kansas City. Number 2, he had Baltimore, which at the time I think was a fair one to have number 2.
But
Loaded roster, Lamar
hindsight
coming back.
2020 ain't there, Chief.
No, but I mean
The regression was real for Lamar.
But when you look at Baltimore's season, they had the COVID issues where they missed a bunch of games. They ended up having to play a Wednesday, actually. Like, they had a tough season, and they made
still
it to the
won the
playoffs.
division.
Yeah. Like, they had a good year.
They
Not
weren't
number
the best
2 good,
team
though.
in the division, though. I mean, they
not
won
at
it,
the end of the season.
but they were not the best team out of the division.
Cleveland was the best team in that division. Yes. All right, number
They
3.
couldn't beat a Chiefs team with a backup quarterback.
That's true. Number 3, he had New Orleans. I think that's a fair number 3.
I don't.
Not at all. Drew Brees, even then, was
For-
Drew Brees got
we're
hurt for
talking-
6 weeks.
We're talking with knowing how the season ended.
Yeah, but I
Aren't
don't
they?
think 3 was ridiculous to put them at. They ended up finishing as, what, a 2 seed?
Did
They
they?
were,
Were they
they
that
were
high?
the 2 seed in the
They-
NFC.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. They just are a bad playoff team,
And they
that's
missed-
what sticks in my head.
Yeah.
So, okay, they're ranking these guys based off of their just team strength, right? It's not record. It's how good their team is. That team was horseshit.
That New
Saints.
Orleans team was very good. They went 6 weeks without Drew Brees, and they went like 5-1.
And they also did a long time without
Michael Thomas.
Mike Thomas.
Most of the season.
And that's the ranking assumes a healthy Drew Brees and Michael Thomas.
All right, Gage, you ready to rage? Number 4, he had San Francisco.
How is San Fran at the top of this fucking list every year?
They were
the
just
year
coming off a
prior,
Super
they were
Bowl.
the Super Bowl losers.
Who cares? So is Atlanta.
But from much longer ago.
Now, if we
the
look,
year after Atlanta lost, I'm sure they were still looked at as a top 5 team.
if we look at it now,
No chance.
San Francisco was drafting 12, so they were
Oh.
bottom end.
Speaking of in the teams draft, I believe they were your first pick.
They were.
So let's not pretend like San Francisco had number 4 was horrible.
Yeah. How did that pick fare for you, Brandon?
Horse shit.
I gave $50 to Star at the end of the year.
I love it.
So Kansas
Got
City
paid.
ended up, 2 overall. That was fairly close. Baltimore was 27.
Where's
on
Tampa
the
Bay?
draft. I'm
We're
just
still
saying.
working.
Tampa Bay is
overall, how it
5.
worked out.
Tampa
So
Bay
that-
was 5th.
That was good placement
Yeah, that's
for
fair.
not knowing what was going
Behind the Saints.
Well, they ended up finishing behind the Saints, and they got smoked by the Saints twice in the regular season.
That's not how it shook out, though. Who had the best team?
No, that is how it shook out, though.
Who had the best
That's
team?
exactly how it should.
You're leaving out the next part.
Oh yeah.
Okay, if he
Tampa
ended
Bay
up,
rolled the shit out of
dude,
them.
if he
Yeah.
rated the eventual Super Bowl champions number 5, that's not a huge loss. It's just not.
Saints did make the playoffs. They were a number 2 seed. Where'd they go? I have the records up there. Saints ended up going 12-4, which was like 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
In the NFL,
Number 6, he had Seattle.
and they had
it for
they had-
second team.
They were
from the
12-4.
NFC
Again, they were 6 or 7.
But again, he had San Fran 2 spots ahead of them. He had San Fran a spot ahead of
Yeah,
Tampa
but San
Bay.
Francisco had injuries up the ass. So they're a little bit of an outlier.
and out the ass.
And
And them all over.
Gage is getting just irate. Number 7, Tennessee. Tennessee underachieved.
But yeah,
They didn't even win their division.
That was after their playoff
Tennessee-
run to
Tennessee-
the
That's
AFC
true.
Championship.
That's
They-
true.
Tennessee did win the division.
Oh, Indy didn't?
No.
Okay.
Tennessee. won.
But Tennessee was kind of a dark horse darling of a lot of people after they had that cute run in the 2019
Mhm.
postseason.
I
Yeah.
thought it was fool's gold.
I mean, 11-5.
That
They were
dawned
top
the
10.
Tannehill ain't bad. That was the season that dawned Tannehill ain't bad.
And who said that?
The
Mhm.
Gagiendo.
You know who that was.
Our boy Gage's Rage.
Number 8, he had the Las Vegas Raiders. His first big miss is Las Vegas had 8.
San Fran would have been a big miss.
San Fran was a miss, yeah. But
Thank you.
San Francisco was a miss because of injury. Las Vegas was a miss because they just weren't that good.
Still a miss. Miss is a miss.
Do you want to bet on San Fran this year?
You guys already have a bet.
Yeah, we already have
You
a
have
bet
the
regarding
Cardinals
them.
Those
going.
are last week's bets. Want to take this week's bet?
What are we betting?
$20. They don't even come close to 5.
Over the whole season.
$20, they don't even come close to 5.
That's what is close. We got to define some things here, Gage.
I'm gonna say bottom half.
Top
They're gonna
12.
be 16 or worse. Okay, 12. I'll get
No,
12.
we'll do 16.
Hold on.
Split the difference, 14.
All right.
So are they a playoff team? You're saying?
Yeah.
Can we
What
just do
was
that?
wait, can someone remind me of the bet I made last?
Let's just say San
There was
Francisco makes
10
the
of
You
playoffs.
had
playoffs.
San Francisco winning more games than Arizona.
Okay, I won't make that bet then.
I'm just kidding. It was the other way around. You had Arizona.
Yes.
Hold on. Let's define parameters.
No.
here, 'cause
This is the bet. San Francisco, I'm betting that San Francisco makes the playoffs. Gage is saying they don't.
$20.
put it on the board. All right, let's keep rolling down this list.
All right. The second big miss
Killed tonight.
is Las Vegas at 8. I should fucking take out a second mortgage right now. Interest rates are great.
Start selling some of them plywoods, boy.
Sell some Dogecoin. Oh, fuck. Dogecoin.
No, don't
collapsed.
sell fucking
Fuck.
Doge. You hold cryptos, you sell wood.
Nobody's buying this
No,
one.
you hold your wood,
Number
you
9.
sell crypto.
Number 9, he had Dallas. Third big miss. Injuries. When
Yep.
you lose your starting quarterback in week 3, good fucking luck.
Yeah, that's
And it showed with this year having them down in the 20s,
Dallas
even
was-
though they're technically on paper a
same
better
roster.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has at 10 Pittsburgh. Pretty fair bet on Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh was 8.
Yeah.
in the draft order, bottom 8, I should say.
Here we go. Number 11 for his Peter King's 2020 power rankings, the Minnesota Vikings.
And now he was wrong.
And so now he's overcorrecting this year clearly because he was so wrong last year.
And now
Understandable.
he's going to be so
He-
wrong.
he-
Now he's going to be
still-
so wrong.
you still had not said the Packers, right?
No Packers yet.
So I mean, I think that would be another massive miss.
It will be when we get there.
and the Bills.
Number 12
yeah.
he had Green. Number 12 he had Green Bay.
Yeah, fucking Bills were second best.
That's a massive
team, I'd
miss.
say.
That's a massive miss.
Yes, yeah, we're the Bills.
Number
So we're
12.
just discrediting this man right now.
I hate him. Where does he live? I'm about to go fork the fuck out of this guy.
Is that
His
like-
yard. His
Whoa,
yard.
is
I'm
that
not going to stab
spooning
it.
or-
Stephen King with forks. I'm going to put.
Stephen King. this horror author.
No, Peter.
Has got
You
a
little
shit full of
fucking
bullets.
bitch ass Peter.
Dude, why the fuck is a horror author even giving power rankings on fucking teams in the
This guy-
NFL
We
anyways?
shouldn't be even reading this list. It's a shit list.
Why are we giving Stephen King a platform?
God damn, Peter. Okay.
He has to keep saying the name so he doesn't fuck it up again.
All right, so his fourth big miss is he has Green Bay at 12. They were clearly much
Yeah.
better than
Let's
that.
just look at misses now.
Yeah, Bills. Where were they at?
Buffalo missed 13. He had Buffalo. They were much better
Two.
than that.
He
He had
still had him in the playoffs though. So
he had Indy.
Buffalo
He
ended
had,
at 29.
he had Indy at
so
14. Huge hit with Indy. That was like
That
dead
was
on.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
damn
pretty
near dead
damn
on.
close. Yeah.
He had Philly at 15. Disaster.
Yep.
He
They
had
Bottom 6.
where was some other big? Well, he had Miami at 19, and they ended up being a playoff team.
They were 18.
No.
18
Okay.
in the draft order.
Okay,
So
so he was close then. So
Yeah.
they were 12, 13 overall.
Yep.
Well, it's a disaster here. He actually hit the back end pretty decent. 22. He had Houston at 22, which
they were 3.
that's a
Third worst.
good
that was
spot.
a
But
miss. But I thought that
knowing
was a
that
good
they were
spot.
going to have a fall off,
Yeah.
putting him at 22, there's probably Gage's Rage's alternate version of him in Houston going, this is bullshit. 22? We made the playoffs last 3 seasons.
That was Gage on a different timeline, pissed off that he fucking undershot Houston, and then he actually overshot him.
We got David Johnson, man. This is going to be a good year.
Gage, are you ready to be fucking
trust in Bill
irate
O'Brien.
at Stephen King?
What the fuck? did he do
Cleveland
now?
Browns 24.
Yeah. This guy don't make no sense. He is clearly just going off of his fucking email list and seeing who gives him the most hate. He's like, I'll make them feel better this year.
You think that's what he does?
Yes.
He goes
Oh,
for
yeah.
You think he's a hate sympathizer?
Yeah, and then like his value on young guys is like completely irrational. Like where are the
Oh,
Chargers?
really?
Where are the Chargers that year?
He had the Chargers at 23. That's pretty fair.
Yeah, they ended up, 13th worst.
23-10 though. What did they add this year?
The Chargers?
Justin Herbert.
Well, they add
just
back a
showing-
healthy Derwin James.
He
Justin
was on the
Herbert showed
team.
that he's a
Herbert
star.
was there.
Yeah, but he was a huge
no one
question mark,
knew-
though.
Who was the
you didn't
first-
know what Herbert was
Who was
going
the
to do.
first quarterback taken in our rookie draft?
It was Justin Herbert.
Yeah, but your boy Gage's Rage. So you can identify
dude.
fucking talent.
Yeah, but not everybody has an eye like Gage's Rage for talent.
Okay, that's true.
I mean, come on, give yourself a little credit here, dude.
Cut Stefan some, slack, bud.
Oh, I'm about to throw my shoulder out. My elbow, I mean, whatever.
Can you touch your elbow with your fingertips?
No, touch your shoulder with your fingertips.
I think,
This needs to stop after this podcast.
I think the butthole's work here is done. Stephen King's a
He's
fucking
a piece
idiot.
of shit.
He's a fraud. Stephen King's a fraud.
Fuck you.
I did like The Shining as a book. That's a pretty
Schindler's
good
List
one.
did it for you?
Is that him?
I don't think he wrote Schindler's List.
Stephen King didn't write Schindler's
He
List.
wrote The Green Mile.
Alex Cross.
Did he do Alex Cross?
I think so. He wrote the book, I'm pretty sure.
Look that up. He did Carrie and Cujo and Pet Cemetery and the one the Black Tower. Is that what it's called? With
No.
Idris Elba?
No.
Dark Tower.
Dark Tower. Yep, Dark Tower.
Salem's Lot, The Shining, It,
Yeah.
The Stand.
He's got some hits.
Outsiders.
He's a great horror writer.
He
Great.
just
He's a great
can't write about football.
Yeah, he's just not a
He
good
doesn't
football
understand.
breaker downer of football and things, right, Gage?
Some people are only good at one thing. All right. I have a bit for you guys.
Let's do it.
And then we'll do a little bit of football trivia.
Sure, I'll
Okay.
pull that out. Fuck, I'll have to dust off the cards.
All right. Let's
It's
see.
Spielberg. I'm crossing lots of pop culture.
Stephen King is an author.
I bet you
author.
Spielberg's fucking
James
power
Patterson
rankings would be
wrote Alex
shit
Cross.
too.
That's
No,
what I
I
was thinking.
I
of.
trust Steven way more than I trust fucking.
I want to see
Stephen
Stephen
King?
King's NFL power rankings versus Peter King's NFL power rankings.
Are they brothers?
Yeah.
Are they?
What a fucking
Yep.
power couple.
What a fucking power couple. Just a bunch of idiot brothers running
People might be
around
listening, chill.
thinking they have opinion.
All right, here we go, guys. The moment you've been waiting for. We teased it last week. We are bringing it to you this week. The Butthole Fantasy Power Rankings as, for sports and stuff.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You want to unplug that? Plug that back in. That should still be working. So last year we went through our top 20 for each player. I think this year we should go top 30 list and then narrow that down to 20.
Sure.
Because when I'm trying to do the math on these, if we didn't have one rated, I just put them at 20.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
So when I averaged them out last night,
We'll build back better.
that's what I did. So we could kind of note a couple of things here. We'll scroll through the list. We hit, I believe it was 10 out of 20 in the top 20. So we hit 50%, but 6 of those 20 players had substantial injuries that hindered them for at least 4 games, which is a significant part of a fantasy football season.
Yeah, and it's also tough to quantify that. Like, you can't, when you're picking at the beginning of the year, you can't decide based on injuries. Now,
No.
if somebody has an injury history, you might knock them down a couple notches, but you're not going to make a star player like Saquon Barkley. He might not be. Well, sorry, I'll stop rambling.
Hold up.
But he might
Wait
not
a
be
minute.
2 this year, but he
It's a 22.
This fucking list is bullshit. Montgomery was the number 4 running back.
in PPR.
Dude, the dude was on fire at the end of the year.
He brought D-Tom
Yeah,
to the
dude.
championship.
Montgomery
and
caught
carried him.
fire for the last 6 weeks.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was
So,
not good for
As
me.
you can see, we have our names under, who put, who where. Brandon,
Accountability.
Scott, Star, Gage. Then we have the butthole rankings, and then we have how it actually turned out. So we all had CMC unanimously. Number 1, obviously, hurt for all but 3 games, maybe?
Yeah, even the 3 games he played, he didn't start.
No.
I think 2 of them.
Barkley was hurt for a majority of this, almost the entire season. And there was a couple others. So we had CMC. It was actually Kamara. Saquon at 2. Dalvin Cook. But Cook was pretty close. We were pretty close on Cook there. We had him at 3.
Scott had him right on.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Scott actually had 2 correct in the correct spots. And I had 1. You 2 did not get any in the right spot.
Son of a.
I'm
Yeah,
an
I
elite
know.
fantasy football mind, though.
So it's just kind of interesting to look back on. You guys can just kind of look at that there. But guys,
Can
So
we
who was
scroll
the
that a little
lowest?
bit?
Who was the lowest on Kamara?
I was pretty low.
I
on
was
my
6. I might have been the lowest.
I
on
had
him.
him at 8.
Oh,
Wow, dude, 8's brutal.
Wait, aren't Dice? I'm the second row. I had
Who
him
the
at 8.
fuck did you have higher
Gage
than
had him
him?
at 8. I had him at 7.
Oh, you had Chubb, Henry, Zeke.
oh,
Cook.
we
Okay.
all fucked up on Austin Eckler
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
and
no.
Le'Veon Bell.
I had Eckler.
Am I the only one who had him that high?
Le'Veon?
Well,
Yeah.
dude, no.
No, I
Eckler
see.
was hurt for a lot of the year too, though.
Eckler,
Yeah,
he was
did have-
hurt for
Fantasy football
he played 11
counselor
games.
says he sucks.
No, Eckler's on for a stud year this year if he's healthy. That's
Oh,
always
yeah.
the question with him, though.
some
With our
interesting ones, though, that you can look at. I mean, we weren't too far off with Josh Jacobs. Nick Chubb, we had a little bit higher, and he still missed 6 games, I think it was.
Yep. 6
So he
games
still
out.
ended up right in there.
Mike Davis was
we-
not on a list.
That's the CMC effect.
Yeah, so
Antonio Gibson was not on a list.
James
Robinson came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Naheem Hines. Really?
yeah,
Well,
They had
okay,
2
you got to
top
remember
15
though, Star.
backs.
This is straight PPR.
PPR. Yep. So
Naheem Hines had a lot of catches.
He did.
Seamus. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
There's
McKissick
2.
made it. DeAndre Swift made it. Chris Carson, and then Ronald Jones there at the end of 20.
Did anybody have Ronald Jones in their top 20?
We did not. Some noticeable misses.
Did anybody not have Jonathan Taylor in their top 20?
Yeah, you didn't.
I didn't.
I don't think
You
I
did.
did either.
Star, you had him at 19. I had him
Oh.
at 20. Star had him at 19. Neither you or Gage had him.
So I missed David Johnson, James Conner. David Johnson won me a championship. He was in the top 20.
No.
I missed Fournette,
We all had
missed Gurley, missed Bell.
Gurley was on this list throughout week 12.
he was touchdown dependent.
Yep.
He was fool's gold. I was thinking about this today. Touchdowns for running backs, what do you think that equates to in their total points throughout the season?
PPR, not that much.
Like,
Well, I would
A
say
lot.
probably 35-40% of their total points, touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I would almost say less than that.
In PPR?
If you think of like Alvin Kamara, who got probably 81 catches.
Well, I mean, you could look up the stats and count it out. We won't
Alvin
this
Kamara's
episode, but-
touchdowns just against the Vikings accounted for a lot of his points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 6 against us.
In PPR, I bet it's around 30, but in regular standard leagues, touchdowns are probably 50% of their
At
points.
least.
You
if
think
not
they're
more.
that high?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Standard is a way different league.
Think about it, dude. you got to get 60 rushing yards or 60 receiving yards for one touchdown. Like,
So what would you say? I mean, obviously, I think Derrick Henry is a little bit of an exception to that rule. He had like 1,600 yards and probably like, I don't know how many touchdowns. So it's somewhere around 10. So he had 160 points on just running the ball alone. He didn't really do much through the air. And then he'd have 60 points through catching, which would put him at right around 25%.
He had 60 catches.
No.
meant for touchdowns.
Yeah, touchdowns would have been 60 points.
Gotcha.
So if it was 10, I don't really know. But if you're looking
Yeah,
at,
he definitely scored more than that. I think he probably had like 14, 15 touchdowns.
I'd bet the under.
How many rookies made the top 20? 3?
We had DeAndre Swift made it. Antonio Gibson made it.
and Jonathan Taylor.
Yep. James Robinson.
4.
So we had 4 rookies.
So you got James Robinson at 7.
Yep.
Antonio Gibson at 13. And what was my bet about Najee?
Najee,
12?
you had him, yeah. Top. He was an RB1 is what you had him. So top
RB1.
12.
Oh, dude, what this list goes to show you is if someone's fading a rookie because they're a rookie, get the fuck out. Rookies in the right situation can absolutely show out.
And maybe
Jonathan
not even
Taylor-
in the right situation because
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson, at the time that we did this, was like 4th on the depth chart.
I'm not going to even say just the right situation as much as I'm going to say in the right opportunity.
Yeah.
If they get opportunity, they can show out. Jonathan Taylor was horse shit for most of the year, and he finally caught fire at the end because they kept giving him the football. Like, he was really bad first half of the season. Brandon knows.
Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough until the second half.
This list has got JT at fucking 6, dude. Like,
So,
he was,
You-
you just said he was horseshit.
He was
the whole
horse shit,
year.
but his last half was fucking fire.
and he had a really easy back half of the schedule. I mean, he did.
And you got to remember, dude,
How many
a lot
playoffs
of
did
these.
that get you?
well, I didn't make it to the playoffs.
Exactly.
So, but if I would have, I would have lost first round.
Having number 6 running back didn't do you a fucking thing.
Gage, you got to
didn't.
remember, though, a lot of these guys
Does this
that are
include-
studs were hurt.
I
Week
actually,
17 stats as well?
well,
I
there's
know
only
it does.
16 games.
I know it does.
Yeah, there's only 16 games that they play.
Week
And
17
they all
should
play week
never
17.
be counted on stats.
This year it should.
This year it should. In the past, though, adding week 17 when normally with the championship is week 16. Because
I
there's a few of
actually-
these guys that had really big week 17s. This is my point.
I'm going to go off topic here just because what you said reminded me of something I wanted to bring up. Are all of the records that are current just set in stone and will always be the records because they added a game?
I don't think so.
Because if someone breaks the sack record right now, it's always going to be 18-game season or 17-game season, you know?
No, they'll just
Someone
have
breaks the
broken
passing
record.
record. You don't think they're going to asterisk it?
Records are made to be
No.
broken, man.
But it's bullshit.
It's not, though, because the league's changed.
There should be a 14-game record, a 16, like, whenever they move it up. Because, yeah, cool, you got the most sacks, but you had an extra game to do it. Cool, you got the most touchdowns, but you had an extra game to do it. It shouldn't count the same. You shouldn't take that record away from somebody who did it.
I kind of get your
in a
point, but I
different-
disagree with you.
Do we
I
count
just
it-
don't think it's worth fighting it. Like, I don't think it's worth setting in stone. This guy was the best 16-game regular season player of all time.
In your
Who gives a
argument,
fuck?
I to help you or argue your side, they do say like the modern era because there were games way back in like the 1900s early
Yeah.
where they rushed for tons of yards and
They call
7-8
it
touchdowns.
Super Bowl era.
Yep. Yeah. So they say the modern era, the Super Bowl era
It
to
goes,
differentiate.
it's
you
the
know.
same thing with the playoffs too, because now you have 7 teams that make it. So you have one extra team that's going to have a chance to make it to up your playoff stats. Obviously, you have to get there, but
And also one less team getting that first round bye. And
yep,
it
So
just adds to the
they
dynamic.
technically had 2 more games to Wild Card Weekend.
And what fuels the whole thing?
Money.
Are you guys ready for some Mofkin trivia?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, is this it?
Sure.
You got more you want to talk about?
No.
Okay.
All right. I had 2 top 6 running backs on my team.
Okay,
And
They
how
bitch.
the
didn't make
playoff
the
win?
playoffs?
Damn.
Okay,
I
bitch.
didn't even make
How
the
the fuck
playoffs.
do you end up with that and end up with the record you had? Are you just
Exactly.
that bad of a GM?
Oh, I know. He was not trying to sexually assault anyone's fantasy football teams.
Hey, come on. Don't use that so loosely. It was well calculated. I wined and dined him. It was full consent. He even
I'm
came
sure-
up with the trade idea.
I'm sure you whined during the trade process.
I whined a lot. Dude, that's part of... Okay. I should write a
I'm not
book.
gonna be friends with you anymore.
I should write a book on fantasy football's art of the deal because there's a fucking way to do it.
Yeah, you find the weakest link.
Yeah.
And you
go
attack.
Get
for
him
them.
drunk.
Yeah.
Gee, dang it. We need a new camera. Or a new cord.
Paul's on
Yeah,
board.
what is it? The quarter?
I don't know what it is. It just keeps
Paul's on board. All right.
glitching.
First one to get 3 right wins. We all know the rules, right? It's literally read the fucking question.
And
Your
you're
name is your
giving
buzzer.
it to a person? Oh,
Your name is your buzzer. Who has the most wins as a head coach in the NFL as of 2019?
Tyler. Star. Bill Belichick?
Incorrect. 3.
Gage
Brandon.
Rich.
Gage was up first.
Andy Reid.
Incorrect.
Don Shula.
Brandon drills it. Brandon has 1.
Woo! Kicked it right home. Coach of the Dolphins. Only undefeated season.
That's a stupid.
Wait, what the
fucking
fuck was
question.
the since two?
As of 2019, who has the most wins in the NFL as a head coach? And it was Don Shula.
Oh.
Don't mess with my football expertise.
That was like saying
In
since-
2005, Alabama Crimson Tide player Tyrone Prothro caught a pass against the backside of a defender from which team?
Gage's Rage. Alabama.
Brandon. He was on Alabama. LSU.
Star. Auburn?
Incorrect.
Can we keep going? Oh, never mind. You already started to say.
Southern Mississippi.
That was not going to be one of my next 6 guesses.
Same. Didn't even know that was a team.
I was gonna guess Alabama 5 more times.
All right, next one. Who was the first non-quarterback to throw 10 touchdown passes in their career?
Whoa.
Recent
3.
or old?
Star.
Too old.
Oh, I was going to say Antoine
Terrell
Randall
Pryor.
L, but
This is before any of our time.
no.
Brandon.
Brandon,
Steve Largent.
that's a good guess, but incorrect.
No idea.
Frank Gifford.
Oh.
Oh, Frankie G.
I mean, that was gettable, right? But not super gettable.
Yeah.
Like you've all heard of him.
That's Kathy Lee
Sure.
Gifford's husband.
Yeah, it was Don Beebe's dad.
All right,
Chad
next
Beebe's
question
dad.
up. Which team
No,
has
Don
played in
Beebe's
both
dad.
the single hottest and coldest NFL games on record?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Hottest and coldest games on record. Which team? I'm going to go with Minnesota Vikings.
That's incorrect.
Star. The Packers?
Incorrect.
Gage's Rage the Cowboys. Because they were
Cowboys.
in the Freeze Bowl.
Cowboys, it is.
Oh, they hosted or they played in it?
They played in it.
Gage has 1. Brandon has 1.
Then they had the hottest
I
game, I'm sure.
Didn't
Back
listen to the
Alabama.
First half. Star. 2 points.
Question. There are 3
Tom
categories of people allowed to vote for the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Fans, previous Heisman winners, and who else?
Gage's Rage.
Gage.
What was the question?
Coaches.
Fuck you, Devin.
Incorrect.
Star.
Star.
The Associated Press?
No.
You got to reread the question.
No. He read it. You got
I can
answer
ask for a reread.
4.
He can ask for a reread. There are 3 categories of people allowed to vote for the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Fans, previous Heisman winners, and who else?
Coaches.
Hey,
That
Devin.
was fucking Gage's guess.
I really
it?
like
I
the
wasn't
Hunter
listening.
X Hunter.
Star was
PFP.
close, and I don't
Keep it
think
up.
I
Is
want
it
to
the
give
AP?
it. I don't think I want to give it to Star, but it's damn close. It's sports journalists. Like Associated Press is
I was
not.
too
it's
specific.
specific.
Yeah.
It's not the right answer.
That was the rules.
I
gotta
said I'm not
listen.
going to give it to him, but it was really close.
What's the score here? I have 1 for
It's
sure.
1 to
I have
1 to
one.
0.
Don't mess with our elite football mind, Mr. Alabama.
Suck it, Star.
Ooh, that
In the
could stick.
1920s, in which city did the pros play?
Brandon.
Gage's
Brandon.
We had Philadelphia,
Is that your answer?
New York.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. No, it's one
He's
city.
sure to think of the 6th. That's
One
hockey.
city?
Yeah, Gage, you're up.
Pittsburgh.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Star, you want a shot at this? You
I
want
thought
to
you said
pass?
cities. I swear
LA?
you fucking said cities.
No, I said city. Akron, Ohio.
Ohio. That makes
And that's
sense.
where-
Hall of
a
Famous.
fellow Hunter fan.
Here's a
my new
good one.
favorite on this podcast.
Hell yeah, Devin.
Get
If you
fucking-
haven't seen
that,
Seven
bud.
Deadly Sins or Attack on Titan, I mean, those are a few. I've talked about it a little bit.
Did
last
you say
couple weeks.
Hunter, or how do?
Yeah, I said I like the Hunter X Hunter PFP.
I'm pretty sure Devin sounds like he's into Dragon Ball Z Bukkake. So
Yeah, you would definitely like Seven
Bukkake
Deadly
too.
Sins,
My bad.
Netflix one.
Next question. How many different NFL teams did Keyshawn Johnson play for?
Brandon.
Brandon.
4.
Brandon nails it. 4. Jets, Bucks, Cowboys, Panthers. Brandon has 2 on the brink of a W. Gage has 1. Star has 0.
That go out for good?
When did the NFL hire its first female official, Sarah Thomas?
Brandon.
Yeah, mute yourself.
Brandon.
I don't have to mute myself. 2012.
Incorrect.
Star.
2016. Incorrect.
Mute your fucking mic.
Gage.
There we go. I
Can you
muted
read
you.
the question, please?
Nope, no rereads.
When did the NFL hire its first female official, Sarah Thomas?
Oh, 2017.
2015.
Damn.
Told you.
I really think us being. Hey, Devin, if you can hear us, just give us a little comment there.
We
real
can
quick.
hear it. You're not muted. Everything
Okay,
comes through
you did unmute me.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything comes through.
We were muted for a quick second, but we're back.
My bad.
The Monday following the Super Bowl, sales of which item are said to increase by 20%? Brandon.
Condoms.
Incorrect.
Star Lamar.
Star.
Plan B pills.
Incorrect.
Oh, man. That's a
You want me
good
to, Gage, you want me to finish the question?
Please.
Items are said to increase by 20%. Antacids, Doritos, or Lysol wipes.
Doritos?
Incorrect.
Lysol wipes,
Antacid?
isn't it?
It's antacids.
Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Think about it, man. After the Super Bowl, everybody's drinking all this shit and eating all this shit. You need antacids.
Yeah.
And the team that won, do you know how many kids are born in, September, October that next year?
Super Bowl babies.
Yeah.
Next question. What was the nickname for the St. Louis Rams' high-powered offense in the
Jesus
early
Christ.
2000s?
Greatest show on turf.
Nails it. Gage's Rage at 2.
That was good.
Brandon 2. Gage's Rage 2.
All
Tell me
eyes are on
something I
Gage
don't
right
know.
now.
Yes, sir.
Good
Yes,
job,
sir.
bud. Good job. Keep it up.
I fucking
Oh, this is a good little bit for the
absolutely
listeners.
hate when you do that.
Great little bit.
motherfucker.
If all 256 regular season NFL games finished in a 7-7 tie, how would the playoffs be determined?
Gage's Rage. Strength of schedule.
Great
Incorrect.
Brandino.
Brandon.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Point scored.
Incorrect. They
Star
all
Lamar.
ended in a 7-7 tie. Points scored would all be the same, Brandon.
Oh, I was thinking
Idiot.
they were all 7-7.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
You want me to reread it, Star?
No, well, now that you clarified that, if every game ended in a tie
7-7 tie.
of 7-7
Playoffs would be determined how?
by the previous year.
By coin toss.
Oh, dang.
Because I was going to
That's
say
after like
division
6 or
record.
7 tiebreakers, right?
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
That was a good guess,
wow.
though, bud. You're close.
Better than fucking
I thought it was 7-7
scored.
records overall.
Next question. Which NFL team has the only logo that faces left?
Gage's Rage.
For the win?
Tampa Bay.
Incorrect.
Oh, they face right.
3.
Brandino.
Brandon.
Miami Dolphins.
Incorrect. Star Lamar.
Mother trucker.
3,
I'm going to go with the
2.
Cleveland Browns.
That's incorrect. It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Fuckers.
Fucking stupid eagle head.
This game just makes me feel stupid.
How many points do you have?
0.
Oh,
I'm just letting you guys win.
This
like
is not
you
a
did for
question,
me
but
in
how fucking
Brawlhalla.
easy is this? What are the 2 NFL conferences?
Brandon. AFC, NFC.
Isn't that stupid?
American Football Conference and the National Football Conference.
Gage
AFC,
wins.
NFC.
I
is
won.
also-
No, I'm just kidding.
I won.
That wasn't the question.
He's prefaced it by
That was
saying
not
this
the
isn't a question.
AFC also fits.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It asked you what the conferences were.
Oh, this is gold.
AFC is a conference.
Are you guys ready for some math for the win?
Oh, fuck.
How long is the field?
How
goal?
many points would you earn from scoring 3 touchdowns, missing 2 extra points, and making 3 field goals
Great
and a
Brandino.
safe?
Star.
3,
I know I taught
2,
you all your math. You're fucked.
1.
30.
Wrong.
He drills it. 30. Brandon wins.
Math for the win.
He didn't even finish the question. I was hoping you missed the end of it.
Yeah, there's
Didn't you
nothing
add
more.
a safety at the end?
He did.
I was half through it. Yeah.
I barely caught it. And your victor is here. It is clear.
I think the Great Brandino's
Gage is,
undefeated in this game.
Loser in this game.
No wonder he wants to fucking play football trivia all the time. Bitch
So I think he can win.
Well, there is that.
And with that being said,
Go jerk off.
Bye.
WWW
1 hour on the
official
dick.
butthole.